ours is entertainment. No one wants to imitate black culture but black people. And what I mean by the film, all around this country in all 50 states, there's a Chinatown,
right?
There's a little Mexico, there's a Jewish town, there's a Somalian side, and all of them have their stores that they deal with their own.
We do too.
But no, we don't. When you come to our community, you don't see no black convenience store. You don't see no black supermarket. You don't see no black bank. You don't see no black mechanic shop. You don't see no black person who own the McDonald's, who franchise. Everything in our community is owned by all other ethnic groups except us. And so when you look at us on payday, in every other race on payday, when we go back to our community with our money, it stays there for 6 hours. It circulates from 6 hours, meaning the barbershop, the black barber get a little bit, he hold on to it. The black beauty salon get a little bit, they hold on to it. Your black detail shop, you go spend that $10, $20, they hold on to it. And soon as everything closed, they go put it in the white bank. So it only circulates for 6 hours. Well, in the Asian community, they dollar sits in their community for like 18 days before it leaves out. So they done made money off theirs. They done bounced around 18 times. When you look at the white community, theirs bounce around for like 12 days. The Mexican like 18 days. So when you look at these communities, but it's our mindset. We are consumers.
Yeah, we don't.
We're not
produce
builders.
anything.
We're not producers. We're consumers.
Right.
And so we pass that down to our children. We pass that down to our children. And as long as we keep being consumers don't unite. Consumers are selfish people because they want to consume for self, right? They're not thinking about the consumer. So what to say, man, when these taxes come in, I'm for the stun on these niggas. I'm for the shine on these niggas.
Now, what do you say?
I'm for the man. I'm for the come down on these niggas. Consumers compete with other consumers. We don't build. Builders help other builders because they understand and they relate to building. Consumers just take. So that's why when we get broke in our neighborhood, we start taking.
True. I agree with you.
That's real.
I totally agree with you.
That's real, man.
And with the thing as far as being a consumer, I don't want to just put it on them as if that's just their way of life. That's all they've been taught. That's all they know. I mean, I would say you think as a 5% or a 10%, you're able to look at a situation and see not only what's going on, but there was a creator of it. That it was by design. And everybody's not likely to think like that. Most people can't depict what's going on in society and say, somebody thought of that or somebody did that. It's just a small percentage of people. And when you're trying to awake the people, that's showing them what they're doing, and hey, you're fitting in a part of this system that's holding us back. You know what I mean? That's the more importance of it to me, because a lot of them, you can't expect brothers to think like you.
I don't expect nobody to think like me. My only job is to just throw it out there.
Yeah, you're right.
I ain't trying to wake nobody up.
Well, I will try to wake somebody up, but I'm going to tell y'all what woke me up. When I was 18 years old, I was in college, and in college, you try to find your place. You got whites over here, this to that, and I had a friend from Africa. I actually had a few friends from Africa, Jamaica, different places. They had their own little group, and I always thought they didn't like us because that's what I was told. Yeah. So I got to talking to a brother like, man, why y'all don't like us? And he said, it's not that we don't like you all. He just think that we're ignorant because we have so much opportunity over here and we don't take advantage. And he said something to me that I've stuck with my whole life. And he said, brother, he was a little older than me. He was an older guy in college. He said, anything that you can consume, you can produce. And if you watch my life, I'm not saying what I have is all that, but like people that know I love dogs. So I've always had dogs. So I began to learn to train dogs. I began to breed dogs. I began to do things to where I'm going to have these dogs anyway, so I make money off them. I used to love fighting, get in trouble, fight, like to fight. I started doing MMA to make money fighting. Yeah. Meaning, not saying that that's just on a small level, but my point is, I had a clothing store I like to dress. So I said, man, I'm going to take the same clothes I buy. I'm going to sell them those. My clothes will be for free.
Yeah.
Everybody in the hustle game at some point. You might have smoked and you said, well, you know what? I'm gonna buy this and I'm gonna get my homeboys home. I know a lot of people like to smoke. Then you smoke for free.
Hustle to support their
Right, right. Pretty much what I'm saying is that's where we can start. I'm not suggesting nobody go out there and do that because I want y'all to say I told y'all to do that. But what I'm basically saying is take the things that you would normally buy and consume, start producing them. Not your needs. You know, I ain't saying y'all just to start selling chicken, beef, and stuff tomorrow. But you understand what I'm saying? We just at least have that idea in your head, and I believe that's how we slowly. It may take a long time because it took us 400 something, 500 something years to get here. So it ain't gonna happen overnight. But we can. I mean, that's my solution. It's just to take things that you consume and start producing them. And if you can't produce them, you probably don't need to. You probably don't need to consume them at the level you're consuming.
I took Hitler's and Willie Lynch route. That was my solution because I know it's harder to try to wake up an adult. They pretty much set and conditioned. So I took an excerpt out of the Willie Lynch doctrine where Willie Lynch put a focus on the woman and child, and he put specific focus on the child because the child is the future. So my whole life is dedicated to children because their minds is very impressionable. So what you teach them and show them, it'll last a lifetime.
True.
But when you go to an adult and they stuck in their mind and their way, you may end up dead trying to wake them up. Y'all end up fighting. Y'all end up arguing.
Like me and Rollo.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Y'all, because people don't want to believe that they're wrong and they've been living wrong and their mama and them was wrong. So if you go to the people and you just say religion-wise, religion alone separates blacks in such a degree that it's unlikely. Because our people won't have nothing to do with you if you say, man, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in. So, man, mama, everybody will think you a fool. They don't want you to think independently, right?
Yes,
so,
I've experienced that so many times.
Even Moses' generation of people that follow him, even Dr. King said, I may not get there with you, right? Our kids is going to be that last that becomes first. It won't be us. It'll be our children's children will be that last to become first because they are totally rejecting everything that we've been taught in this country.
And I think that's a good thing.
I think so too.
I think it's a real good thing because look at what we've been taught and you look at how long we've been living that way or using that.